Hello and welcome back. Match reaction after what was an absolute, I don't know what the word for that was in all honesty. Liverpool lose 2-1 at home to Manchester United. Like I said, there are no words for it. Liverpool are in a crisis now. I don't think that can be ignored. It's 4 losses in a row now. 38 years since Liverpool have lost 4 games in a row. 4 big games as well. 3 in the Premier League in a row now. We're now 4 points behind Arsenal after being 5 points clear a couple of weeks ago, and like I said, this is absolutely shambolic. We're going to go through it all. I'm going to answer all of your questions and just kind of, just pick that apart. That was just shocking. I'm still deflated here. Like, I took a few minutes here just to gather myself, and that was just horrendous. So, please do get your comments in. We'll go through everything. But yeah, like I said, that was not good today. To go through the stats then from the game, because that matters apparently, but 63% possession for Liverpool to Man United's 37. 19 shots on target with 19 shots with 6 on target for Liverpool. United had 12 with 4 on target. 72 dangerous attacks compared to 28 for United. 9 corners to 4. A shitload more passes, better passing accuracy. You know what the stats are there on screen, but my God, lads, that's just not good. Ads are 112 said, "Hi Connor, how's the form? That was dreadful. What was Slot doing all break?" You would wonder, like, I, for one, definitely wanted at least 1 or 2 changes made in that half time. Like, to look at that first half and to think, yeah, that's perfect. We can go back out and just play like that again with no changes. That's definitely the way we're going to change that game. I thought I would have brought Wirtz on at half time. I would have brought Ekitike on at half time. I thought Ekitike definitely looked sharp when he came on. I thought he was one of the better players on the pitch when he came on. Like, he actually looked like he was trying to do something, which is a lot more to be said than a lot of other players on the pitch today. So yeah, like you said, I don't know what he was doing at halftime or what he wanted to tweak, but we came out looking exactly the same. We scraped the goal, got ourselves back into the game, and then just threw it away again by not being able to defend set pieces. Second phase of a corner again for Harry Maguire to nod it in, and Liverpool are now 4 games in a row after losing, and we are in deep shit, my friends. Not good whatsoever. What else we got then? So Chiesa, Gakpo, and Hugo have to start up front. Like, they do seem to be the most in form of our attackers. Like, Gakpo today, he scored his goal, could have had another 3, hit the post a few times. I thought his general play was decent enough, to be fair. I thought Salah was completely anonymous. Chiesa again tried to do something when he came on. Like I said, Hugo actually drove at the defence and got a few shots off as well. He looked sharp. Isak done nothing all game, whether that's um he's not getting any balls to him, or he's just not creating the chances he needs to be making for himself. I don't know, but he had one decent chance in the first half. He kind of messed that one up. He was clean through on goal. Maybe a little bit harsh to say he should have scored it, but another 8 out of 10 times he probably does score it. So, not the best for him today, in fairness. Salah not only anonymous but wasted good chances. Yeah, there was that one where felt him at the back post, in fairness, and he kind of stabbed at it and completely made a mess of it as well. So yeah, you're right to say there was a few chances he missed definitely, but yeah, he just not good again today. Like, he's been poor all season, in fairness, and people have been calling for him to be dropped, which they can't even argue against it at this point. Like, I don't really entertain the debate purely on the basis that I don't think Arne Slot is going to sack. He's not going to drop Mo Salah out of the starting 11 for a continued amount of games. Like, I think you might do it here and there, but in general, Salah is going to the start most of these games. And I think that is something we have to accept. Which isn't right, by the way. It's just really what I believe. Like, I don't think we're going to see Salah taken out of the team for more than a game or 2 at a time. Haven't lost 4 games in a row since 2014 under Rodgers. Someone said it was 38 years. Maybe that was wrong. But yeah, like, it's not to compare Arne Slot to Brendan Rodgers at all, but it's definitely same vibes, isn't it? Super chat here from Javid, who said, "Do we know how to defend?" It doesn't seem like it. Like, it doesn't make any sense though. Like, Allison in goal, not today obviously, but Allison in goal, one of the best keepers in the world. We still can see goals. Mamardashvili in goal today, brilliant keeper. We still can see goals. Van Dijk, the greatest centre back to ever grace a football pitch, is on the pitch. We can see goals. Kanate, a good defender most of the time, hasn't been good this season, but still, he's still like a top class defender in the general term of things, and we can see goals. Kirkhead is a good player, hasn't been very good for us so far. Bradley is a good player. Like, it's not like it's a really shit defense. That is a world class defense we have. So whatever the issue is, I don't know. We seem to be conceding a lot from like the likes of corners and free kicks. Like Arna has banged on about the fact that we've been conceding from set pieces a lot and not really scoring. Well, not scoring any goals in general recently, to be fair. But you kind of made reference to the fact that we keep conceding set pieces, and the likes of Arsenal keep scoring set pieces, and that's one of the big difference, to be fair. So yeah, I don't know. We don't seem to be able to defend at all. This one's in from CCCs, who said, honest opinion on Kerkez. Also, do you think Slot's tactics are shite? Um, honest opinion on Kerkez, I think he will come better. Like he's shown signs of being good, but he hasn't been that good. Like I think Robertson has been better than him when he has played this season. Not giving up on him yet by any stretch. Like I said multiple times throughout the stream, one player playing bad, you'd say fair enough, he's playing bad, but every single player on the pitch not performing, that's not down to individual errors. That's just a systematic thing. So I think it'd be harsh to judge Kirkez entirely on what we've seen so far when the whole team has been shit. But yeah, he hasn't been great. Like I can't deny that. And do you think Slot's tactics are shite? Not in general, but whatever we're doing at the minute definitely is just not working. Um, like we seen last season, the few tweaks he did make to Jurgen Klopp's system and the just the management of players and everything that way, like he's top notch. But whatever we're trying now isn't working. So I would agree, Slot's tactics right now are pretty shite. But in general, I think he is a good tactician. Aaron said Salah is the problem. Sorry, clearing my throat there. Aaron, so Salah is the problem. Again, I can't argue that Salah has been good, but to put it purely on Salah is not really fair either. Like everyone's been playing shit. Let's be honest. Like maybe one or two decent performances here and there, but Salah certainly was not good. But to say he's the problem, like as if it's just him, I think is a bit harsh. But it seems like everyone's the problem recently. So I think it's a little bit harsh to put purely on Salah, but Salah definitely hasn't been good either. So can't deny that either. Just Henry said our goalkeeper was horrible. To be honest, I didn't really pay a huge amount of attention to Mamardashvili outside of the goal. Obviously, I thought he could have done slightly better. The second goal, he couldn't really have done a whole lot more. Um, like the goal was full, like maybe his position wasn't fully there, but like Maguire was getting above everyone, getting the free header. Like I can't blame Mamardashvili for that one, but yeah, can't really back him up either. Not just him, but he ruins so many attacks. To be honest, yeah, that is true. That is true as well. Like he does, the ball starts with him a lot of the time as well. So it is a tricky one. Am I doing player ratings? I probably should. I feel like I don't really want to do player ratings just because like I'm going to try to say some positive things, and then some people are going to be like, "Oh well, Salah has done this, that, and the other. Salah's shite. Salah's brilliant," and it's just going to be it's so divisive. I'll give it a go, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling that one. I'm enjoying this more than doing that because I think that's going to be very divisive. But we'll see. Nessie said, "I'm sorry, Connor. I can't support Slot's tactics. If Gakpo and Salah start against Frankfurt, yes, I don't care that Gakpo scored a tap and he does nothing else. Um, yeah, that's fair enough. Like he did hit the post a few times today. He could have had a few goals, but like I think you can make an argument for any of those attacking players or anyone in general to be dropped. Like I don't think anyone's been performing fantastic. Um, I disagree slightly on Gakpo just on today. I think up till today, I think definitely I wouldn't have started him today, for instance. But I thought he was one of the more decent players today. Like I said, he hit the post a couple of times and did get that tap in, but a tap in is still a goal. You know what I mean? So, wouldn't say he's the worst player on the pitch today, but I wouldn't by any stretch say that he's undroppable either. Like I fully respect your opinion. If you don't want Gakpo to start, you don't want Gakpo to start, and that's entirely your prerogative to say that. Slot does not know his team. I think that as well is a little bit of a yeah. It's like I've said this multiple times as well in videos and just taught myself, and I had arguments in the shower with myself about this. But like, what is Slot's actual best 11? Like, he doesn't really seem to know. Like, right, if everyone's fit, we have a Champions League final tomorrow. Who actually plays? Like, right back's been chopping and changing a lot. Left back's been chopping and changing a little bit. Our midfield three has been different every week. Like, our front three has been different a lot of time. Like, Ekitike was doing great, and then Isak suddenly comes in and takes that spot. So, I think we do need to figure out what our actual team is. What's our template team? Like, if like it's not going to start every game, obviously, but if we know what the base 11 of this team is, we can kind of make small tweaks then as we go along to um, play different players, manage minutes and all. But like, we don't seem to have a blueprint for what Arne Slot's Liverpool looks like this season. Well, as last season or other seasons, we always had like, let's say Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho, that was the midfield. Salah, Mane, Firmino, that was the attack. Robertson, Trent, Van Dijk, Kanate, like that was our defense. You know what I mean? Like we don't seem to have any certainty in any position on the pitch. Like we don't have a front three, we don't have a midfield three, we don't seem to have a back four that is are consistent. So yeah, like I said, he doesn't really seem to know this team yet or this squad. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'd agree with that one. He doesn't seem to know what to do with them at the minute. Why don't Rio get a chance? Yeah, it's a fair shout. Like when we're not playing well, like why not give young lads who are keen to impress the chance? Like he has been good when he has played, so why doesn't he get a few more minutes? The only thing I can think of is maybe he wants to protect him from putting too much pressure on him when he's that age. But then we shouldn't be told that he's a genuine option if he's not going to be a genuine option. So it's the kind of thing like I would want him more on the pitch, but like would he have made a difference? Maybe he would have, to be fair, but yeah, he definitely deserves some sort of a chance, to be fair. Virgil said, "Hey mate, we are awful defensively. We are a mess. Salah is so bad. Kanate, what the fuck was that? Milosh and not good enough. Gakpo always doing the same shit." I'll disagree on the Gakpo thing. I'll push back slightly. I thought he was all right today. Like he hit the post a few times. Was unlucky not to grab a few more goals. But Salah, yeah, was awful. Kanate was all over the place, and Milosh just was running around like a headless chicken a lot of the game. Few blocked crosses and stuff that way, but just basic stuff. Like he just, in general, he hasn't really blown anyone away, has he? For how much money we spent on him and how hyped he was to come in. And look, I'm sure he will get better as his team clicks and as his team gets back to where it should be. I'm sure he'll play better, but um, yeah, it's hard to argue with that one. Like everyone has just been awful today. Gakpo missed a crucial chance and open. Yeah, fair enough. Like he did miss that one as well, which is bad. But like, let's not make one error paint the whole picture of his game today. Like he did play all right. He should have scored, obviously, but aside from that, I thought he was all right. To be fair. The detective said, "So wasteful at one end and so vulnerable at the other. Something is completely wrong with the structure and setup of the team. We look like we're going to concede when the opposition are in our box." Yeah, even aside from when we're actually in the box, just the fact that we're up the other end, they play one ball over the top and suddenly it's like 2-on-2 or one player is through on goal. Like even the first goal, like it's just how the one ball and they're just in and they score. Like it's just I don't get it. I don't get what's going wrong with our defense. But yeah, like I said, we just look like every time they get the ball, we just look very open. We just look like they're going to score goals, and that needs to be changed. Whether that's Gravenberg needs to sit a bit deeper in midfield to cut off more passes, that could be a factor. Whether it's just individual errors in the back line, whether it's maybe Kerkez or Bradley or Frimpong or Robertson, whoever's playing on the wings, not really doing very well. It's just yeah, it's not clicking at the minute in the defence. Not clicking up front either, but definitely the defence looks very, very shaky. Like at least we are scoring some goals and look a little bit menacing at times, not very often, but the defence is just all over the place at all times. Charlie said Salah played 98 minutes too long. Frimpong did more. Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. To be fair, like Frimpong did look a little bit more sharp when he came on. Um, Good to see that Salah was taken off at least, but yeah, it's like Salah's always going to start a game against United, isn't he? Like just his record against United and everything that way. Like he was never going to be benched today, so I'd agree he should have been taken off earlier, but yeah, he wasn't that at all today. Paro said tactics are poor. Gravenberg needs to play deeper, and we need Maka to hold off. Isak gets no space, and we are in crisis. Yeah, 100% agree with Gravenberg. Like he definitely needs to sit back more. Like he's been given a bit more free license this year to kind of push forward a bit, but we really are lacking in defence then because of that. Like he offered a bit more protection last season. We need Maka to hold off. Yeah, that's fair point. And Isak gets no space. We're in a crisis. Yeah, like he doesn't get the ball played to him enough, and even then, like it's straight to his feet, and he can't really do anything with it. Like he can't really run onto a ball as much as he may have used to when he was at Newcastle. He might have had a little bit more space to run into when Newcastle were being penned back and did kind of counter. But um, whatever it is, like we do need to figure out how to get Isak into that team more so because it's just again, it's not good enough. Like to go out and spend that amount of money on a striker like that, and not even to blame him, but to spend that money and not have a plan for how you're going to actually integrate him into the team and get him to score goals is just shocking. Membership from Josh Brayshaw. Josh with 27 months now. It's incredible. Thank you, Josh. Said, we can't win the league when we keep losing. Shocking run, but let's hope this is just a blip. Lovely to have you on, Connor. Great commentary, lad. YNWA. Thank you very much, Josh. That's much appreciated. Obviously, I wish it could have been a better result, but I enjoyed the stream for the most part. It was nice to have a chat with everyone, and you all got me through it in the end. Like I said, yeah, we can't win the league and keep losing, but I suppose that brings us on to, like, do you think the league title is gone now? Because I'm not quite at that point yet, but we do have to turn this around very, very quickly. Like, I think if we're any more than 7 or 8 points behind Arsenal by the turn of the year, I can't see us getting it back, because we do tend to fall off second half of the season. But like I said, if we can stick within about let's say 3 or 4 points by February or March, you're looking at then being like, right, Arsenal haven't really been in this position before. Maybe they do start to slip up a bit. Maybe the pressure gets to them while we handle it a little bit better. Um, Maybe they're going a bit further in Champions League, and then they're starting to get more tired with more games. And like, I feel like we're more geared up for that kind of thing, just off the experience of winning the league in previous years and stuff. But like I said, if we can stay within 3 or 4 points of Arsenal, I'll have some hope. But it's not looking good currently, and I think if we fall any further behind, then I think we're looking at prioritising the Champions League, in all honesty. Ads are said not yet, but we need to win games. Yeah, that's fair point. Yeah, we just need to get winning again. Like, winning is a habit, and we're completely out of that habit now. So Shane B said, "Get in there, what a result, and a much needed one." Shane, of course, is a Man United fan. If you didn't gather that, lovely fellas in our chat all the time. Yeah, congratulations to United. Like, I don't sound bitter at all. Like, you deserve to win in the end, just purely because we were so bad as well. But look, it's a huge win for you lot. Like, it's always good to win at Anfield as a United fan. Like, so I'm sure you're delighted, as I would be delighted if we went to Old Trafford and won. So fair play to you today, and thanks Shane for dropping in. What else have we got then? Bricktop said Slot needs to grow some balls. Salah needs time out on the bench. He's a shadow of himself. Yeah, I can't disagree with letting Salah get some time out, to be fair. Um, it just seems so wrong to drop Salah, doesn't it? Like, I know, like, he hasn't been good, but to give the man a new contract for what, like 400 grand a week, and then have conversations about not starting him. It is just, it's such a weird place we're in right now. Someone said Grez, the keeper, could have come and punched the ball for the second goal. Maybe that's true. I haven't really got a chance to look back at it yet. I must watch back the highlights as well. But yeah, just either way, like, just to lose the game in that fashion after getting back into it as well is just shocking. Brian's in the chat, Brian LFC USA. He's at the game with Craig currently, so please do let us know, Brian, if you can hear it. Maybe you're not even listening at all, maybe you just commented. But if you are listening, let us know how Craig is feeling, because we were all kind of wondering, especially for the first goal, how was Craig feeling after conceding after the first minute. So I hope you did enjoy the experience, Brian. Obviously not a good result at all, but I hope you guys are having a good time over there, and give everyone my best, of course. SNB can't keep living in the past with Salah. Was like, yes, I agree with that, but you can't give a man 400k contract a week and then not play him, or you can't say that and then go, oh, we can't go off past. Like, he got that contract based off his past appearances. Like, everything's in the past, though, isn't it? Like, it's like a muffling now, but you know what I mean? Like, he hasn't been good, but we know the player he is basically the point I'm making. Like, a track record is the only thing you can go off to base the player being fantastic or not. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not saying that Salah should start every game either, but some perspective. We can't just say Salah needs to be taken out of the team fully and never played again. Like, some people are going a bit too far with the Salah hate, but like, everyone's been playing poor. Like, again, Salah hasn't been good, but no one has been. Brian, it's going to be a rather salty show this evening, per Craig. I imagine so. That'll be it'll be interesting to see that one. I hope someone gets a few videos of that one. I'm kind of sad to be missing it now, so especially for the last one as well. But yeah, all the best for tonight anyway, Brian. Hope you guys enjoy the show, and tell Craig I said best of luck with everything. Trayvon Pacheco said, honestly, thank you for being here. I'm so mad. Yeah, I thought I had to jump back on for this. Like, it's an emergency meeting, as Lee Gunner would say. I just think we need a, what do you call it, a counselling session for everyone. Paro said Salah needs to play more narrow. He isn't the player that runs at defenders anymore, and playing him on the touchline isn't going to work. Slot really needs to think long and hard. Yeah, it's the kind of thing like, is that what Frimpong kind of offers a bit more now when he comes on? Like in them final few minutes, he got dispossessed by Dorgu a few times trying to go past him, but he did have that little bit of a sharpness, a little bit of a just a bit of speed, like a bit of techers almost. Like Salah doesn't really seem to have that little burst of pace anymore. I'm sure his finishing and stuff is still up there with where it used to be, but yeah, definitely playing him out wide doesn't help either. Like I said, he kind of has lost a little bit of that sharpness, so maybe like sort of Frimpong at times does help kind of open up defenses. And the same to be said for Rio and Gamoja as well, of course, like another sharp, tricky winger. Galileo Beast said Slot needs to use a 4-3-3 instead of 4-2-3-1. Um, is it that different though? You know, like is it just? I don't think it's as simple as saying like a formation. Like it's so all these formations are so fluid. Like it's not like a rigid. You're a left winger, you stay on the left. Like people do drift in. Like you often see it, like Gakpo and Isak, let's say, or before like Gakpo and Ekitike, they kind of just swap at times, and like the people drift in and out, and Ekitike drops in, Salah comes in the middle. Like it's not really a rigid thing. So I don't think I get too bogged down in like the actual name of the formation we're playing. It's more just like the instructions given within that format we need to be working on. But again, I don't know what the problem exactly is, but we do need to change something, obviously. But I thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. This is why Mane left us. That's an interesting take. Selling Diaz was a huge mistake. Again, like this gets brought up a lot, and like in an ideal world, I would have liked to have kept Luis Diaz, but he wanted to leave. It's as simple as that. Like whether you can argue over whether we should have offered him the money he wanted or not. Like I think he's on crazy money now at Bayern Munich, so maybe we wouldn't have gotten to that number. But like for people to say we shouldn't have sold him, like yes, maybe we shouldn't have, but then the money was too good and he wanted to leave. So I think it's a bit of a pointless one to debate about because I don't think it was ever going to go any other kind of way. Like, what else have we got then? I'm gonna stay on for another like 3 or 4 minutes, so I've got to get your thoughts in before I leave, and then I'll go sort of player ratings. The Salah blame's unnecessary, as apart from the one miss he created the most chances in the match. Yeah, again, I'll have to watch it back to be honest to see how many chances he created, but in general, I thought he wasn't great. Obviously missed that chance towards the end as well when he got the ball at the far post, but yeah, it hasn't been good, and he hasn't been good, but no one has been good. So I think we missed Darwin. His press from the last season is something we missed massively. I'm not going to say sorry, written distracted by the chat again. I'm not going to say we missed Darwin as such, but like definitely he added a bit of chaos at times when we needed it. But I'm definitely not going to go as far as to say we should have kept him or anything. Diaz, I listened to it just because I think he's a good player, and ideally I would have liked to have kept him. But Darwin, no, I'm not going to to listen to a conversation about wanting to keep Darwin Núñez. In all honesty, ooh, spicy one from Jamie here. This will be a divided opinion, but we should have let Salah and VVD go and rebuild those positions. I'd say you're not the only person who thinks that. I would disagree personally because I think that is the bones of this team. It's the spine. You know what I mean? Like this is going to be like obviously in the next 2 or 3 years we are going to start replacing these lads, and I think we already have in a way with like Giovanni Leone being touted as one of the next big things as centre back. Like he could potentially be the Van Dijk replacement. Maybe we bring in Schlotterbeck in January or in the summer. He's Van Dijk's long term successor. I think up front then you have like between Ekitike and Isak, you have two massive goal scorers, and in Wirtz you have a great playmaker. So like when Salah does leave out of the starting 11 in the next year or two, you have these lads already embedded in the team who are going to get the goals and replace Mo Salah. Like not in position wise, but you've already replaced the goal scoring need, let's say. So with the likes of an Isak. So I think that's what the idea was with that. It's kind of future proofing and getting ahead of ourselves. But I don't think we should have let Salah and Van Dijk go because I think this team had enough changes as it was this summer. Could you imagine if we'd lost two of our best, probably our best two players in all honesty? Like, could you imagine they had left as well? Like the fall off then would have been crazy. Just the characters in the dressing room, everything. It's just no. I don't think we should have let them go. But again, I'm open to listen to conversations about it. Like, because if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But I do disagree. As much as I hate to say it, we missed Trent's productivity. Yeah, that is another thing as well. Like, especially speaking about Salah as well, like that Salah Trent link up down the right was always going to be a big loss to Salah, because like that's again another player that Salah was very close with on the pitch. Like he knew exactly where he would be, what he'd be doing, where to position himself to get a pass, where to drag defenders out of position so Trent can make a pass. Like these things do matter. Like people think like, oh, it's only whatever 4 or 5 players different in starting 11. It could even be less than that, but just the relationships on the pitch, it's the more the players don't have to think, the better, if that makes any sense. Like the more they just know, they don't have to think, right, Frimpong has the ball, is he going to make a run, or is he going to come inside, is he going to try pass it into 1-2, is he going to play it to me? Like if you just know that Trent is going to look to go to the left wing, like ping it across, you know that for a fact. You know what I mean? You can kind of just start to do things without thinking, and that's the sharpness and the quickness that gets you past players. Like if you stop to think and then you have to try and make a move, like it's just, I'm probably waffling again, but you know what I mean. Like the less you have to think, the quicker you can do things, and the more sharp you will look on the pitch. So, um, yeah, Trent will be a big loss in that regard, just for the whole team, to be fair, because he was a big part of our initial build-up plays as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I definitely think Trent is being missed. The rat. I thought Beard's made stuff happen again today, like with Chelsea. Um, yeah, he created a few chances. To be fair, he looked sharpish. There's a few times he gave the ball away, but yeah, certainly not the worst player on the pitch today. Liverpool need to go back to basics. 4-3-3 would be a start. Look, I'm open to conversations on changing the system, but we leave that to the manager, because I've no idea on tactics. I just know something's wrong. Right, I'm going to finish up there. Thank you all for joining me on what was a very frustrating day, but thank you all for sticking with me. Hit the subscribe button if you like before you head out. Hit the like button and all that. Craig will be back tomorrow, like I said, and hopefully all goes well with the show tonight. I'm not sure if he's recording a reaction video or not to send over. If he does, I'll stick it up as soon as possible. But yeah, like I said, the player ratings as well, that's in the WhatsApp group if you want to have a look. And I will talk to you all soon. Thank you very much for joining me again. I'm off now to record the player ratings, and